When you desire change and improvement, it's time to set up some goals with a plan of action. For me, a while ago, I started working really hard towards something. I had a full-time job, but I spent every waking moment learning about the thing I was working towards. Fast forward a couple of years, and that thing never really ended up working out. I'd already put so much work and effort into it, but in order to move on and step forward, I knew I had to let it go. In the end, I was holding on to this thing for so long, but there just wasn't a way to hold on to something that wasn't working and have room for growth at the same time. That can be a tough decision to make. It's not easy to let a big project that you've worked on go. Now, it's possible for whatever that dream was to take a new form, a new life. Sometimes we have to work on things that don't end up being the final result. It's a stepping stone on a path to something else, but we don't see that at the start. I think we have to be open to change. If I had never started that first thing, I wouldn't have had the knowledge and skill set for what it led me to. That set me up for the next thing. My past struggle is just a part of my story now. I've set up a plan for myself to achieve my goals that I want to share with you. It's 3 steps. First, reflection. The second step is more of an exercise, so you're going to want to take some notes on that one, and that is finding your core values. And my third step is to set these goals in motion. This is where we take action. Step 1, reflection. This is a step you can always use as a check-in. You can look back as far as 1 year or as little as 1 week. Here's a few prompts for you that you can ask yourself for reflection. What did I accomplish? What were some unexpected events that happened? How was my reaction to those events? What were your biggest challenges? What feelings do you want to embrace, and what feelings do not serve you well? What am I most excited about? Where am I not using my time wisely? How can I change that? As a side note, not every waking moment of your life has to be super productive. Step 2, your core values. Let's brainstorm some core values. I've linked a website below where you can look up some keywords if you need some inspiration, or you can just come up with your own words. This first list might be long for you, and that's okay. Now narrow that list to your top 10 values. From those 10, pick 5 in order of priority. Ask yourself, when these values aren't present in a situation, do things feel off or not right? Now, we're going to activate those values. So just as an example for me, I chose fulfillment for one of mine, and I wrote, "My life has a unique purpose, maybe many. It feels very rewarding to me to seek fulfillment in life, throughout life." It can be as simple as that. Just a simple sentence is all you have to write. Keeping these core values close to your heart allows you to align with your goals and will help guide you when you're thinking of what goals to set and what you want to achieve. These are your strengths. You already have this within you. Let it help guide you. Keep these core values someplace where you can easily see them. Step 3, setting your goals in motion. Imagine how you want yourself to be. What kind of work do you do? What brings the most fulfillment to you? Not something that's the easiest, but something that gives you purpose. It likely has some challenges to it. Brainstorm some ideas here, make a list, and narrow it down. If you've had an idea in the back of your mind for a while, now is the time to look into that more. Don't worry about the how. That will only present itself after you get started. The answers will come to you after you start putting the work in. There's a difference between resolutions, habits, and goals. Saying something like, "I want to eat more vegetables," isn't a goal. That's a resolution. It's not something you cross off. Okay, I ate my vegetables, now I'm done. Goals are something that you can check off, something that you complete. Adding vegetables into your meal planning so that you eat vegetables in all of your meals is a habit. After your reflection and realizing the differences between resolutions, habits, and goals, you should have a better idea of what direction to take your life in. Remember that goals are something that you can check off, but make them achievable, and something that you'd have to work pretty hard for in order to complete. Also, I would keep my goals to no more than 3. Let's look at the different areas of your life: career, financial, spirituality, personal, health. You can brainstorm a mixed list of habits, resolutions, and goals you want for yourself for each of these categories, and then eliminate the ones that are habits or resolutions, or if you already know what your goals are, write them down. But here's the trick. Write them in the present tense, as if you've already achieved it. So if you're trying to get in shape, you could say something like, "I am fit and healthy." Your goals should always be something that you are in full control of. I don't think it would be a good idea to put that you want to get a promotion. That's a good thing to strive for, but that's not up to you to give yourself that promotion. Now list out all the things that you need to do to achieve that goal. Some of those things may be habits that you need to start, or things that you need to do on a weekly basis. Anything that you need to do to achieve that goal, write it down. Give each of these tasks a time and a place. Build it into your routine. There's a few books in the description box that'll help you with this. The steps that you have to do to complete your goal becomes your rule book. Also, have an end in sight. I think 12 weeks is a good time frame. This last one is very important. Create urgency. Booking a ticket, signing up for a course, telling a small group of people, or announcing it on social media. Something that's going to hold you accountable. Creating urgency in some way helps you solidify your goals. So my job has slowed down right now, and one of my goals is to create more content on here. I still have to work, just not as much for the next 2 months, and then in April my job will pick back up again and I'll be working full time. When my job does pick back up, I'll still be able to make videos, I just won't have as much time to do it as I do right now. For me, having this time crunch looming on the horizon creates a sense of urgency for me to make videos now while I can take my time with it. Depending on what your goal is, do something that could have consequences if you don't complete that goal. Well, now you have to complete that goal. Envision yourself living that life. Who is that person? What do they do? How do they act? What daily habits do they have? That person is you. You just have to show it. And in order to show it, that person is different from who you are today. Realize what the differences are, what you're currently doing versus what that version of yourself that already achieved your goals is doing. Just for a second, foreshadow failure in your mind. How would you feel if in 3 months from now you didn't achieve any of your goals? This image in your mind should scare you a little bit. But it's also effective envisioning yourself having already achieved your goals. Feel that, focus on that, and become that person. The version of you who has already achieved that goal and living that life. How you get there is by taking action. Motivation and inspiration come after you take action. This plan is an ongoing process. If you fall off track or realize that as you go along this journey, some of your goals aren't right for you, you can change course. When you start working towards something, maybe that isn't what you actually end up doing, but rather what led you to something else. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You can join this little corner of the internet by subscribing to this channel. I'd love to have you here. I wish you well as you advance on your journey of your goals, whether you're already on your way or just starting out. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.